Why hello, it's me Harley, back at it again for yet another video, and this video is a more serious one, but generally it's a positive one, so I'm going to try and make it as upbeat as possible. And today I am going to be discussing why I am in contact and actually friendly with, and we may not be friends as such, but we're certainly acquaintances who get along well with some of my former bullies. Now then, by bullies, I'm not talking just about some people who would make mean comments about me. Some of these bullies would literally beat me up, break bones, twist fingers until they snapped. One of them didn't bully me to my face. Obviously, I am not going to be using any names because, as I said, I'm on good terms with these people now. I can't say that I've necessarily forgiven them for what they did, but I've accepted any form of apology, and I've also accepted that they're different people now. Or rather, that they're more rational now. This has happened with about 6 people. I'll start with the big news one. Why I forgave somebody who falsely accused me of terrorism. Oh God. This is a hard one because I am still having problems today from the aftermath of what happened because of them. It's not all because of them. It's not solely their fault. In fact, there are quite a few people at fault, the main one being the headmistress, Kath Kelly, of Beauchamp School. When she made these accusations and stuff, I can kind of understand why she did it to a certain degree, and that's why I've accepted her apology. In case you don't know, I'll give you some very brief details. I go far more in depth in other videos, which I'll leave below, but I'll just give a brief summary, so if you don't know my story, then you can get an idea of what this girl did. She was a part of a trio. There were 3 girls who were part of a friendship group I was in. This friendship group in total was about 14 people, including me. So I was friends with them, but I was more friendly with other members of the group. Out of the 3 girls, only one of them made it blatantly obvious she wasn't too keen on me. She never actively out and out said she didn't like me, but would sometimes make quite catty and rude comments towards me, and I'd been terribly bullied in the past, physically, so I wasn't too bothered by it. I would just go, okay, then you're making a catty comment, never mind, and move on. But she was the ringleader of the group, and she's not the one I have forgiven. No matter how much that girl would say forgive me, I wouldn't forgive her. And I know from her personality and the time that I spent with her, any apology she made would not be sincere. If she did ever apologise for something that happened to me, it would be to try and make herself look better. And I know that simply because, as I say, I was in a friendship group with her for a year, and I was in classes with her for a year. We spent a lot of time together. I know she's not that kind of person. The girl that I'm talking about was friends with her. As I say, I can understand why she made such horrible accusations towards me. And the reason why is because I know what it's like to be lonely and wanting to fit in. In the end, I sincerely believe that is the reason why she did what she did. Sorry about that, my camera ran out of battery and my SD ran out of memory, both at the same time. Yay! So I'm going to continue where I left off, but if my body language is completely different to how it was before in this video, there's been a while. I had to put some of the stuff that was on the SD card, download it elsewhere because I didn't want to lose that stuff yet. And, well, what can I say? It took a while, so I'm no longer in that frame of mind. I'll continue. I believe I had begun talking about why I am friends with this girl. Okay, friends might be a bit strong of a word, but at least we're friendly with one another. There's a very good reason why. It's because I know that out of the trio who made the accusations, she was the one who fit in the least. There was the ringleader, her best friend, and then the girl I've forgiven. The best friend would just do anything that the ringleader said. She was like a shadow, a lost sheep. Just, if the ringleader did it, she'd do it as well, because she was that devoted to her. This girl, I think, wanted to be as close-knit with them as they were together, and wanted to fit in better. So, like the friend, she would do anything and join in with this girl, the ringleader, even though I could tell she wasn't fully involved with it. For instance, if the ringleader made one of her catty comments, the best friend would laugh and you could see it was genuine. The girl I've forgiven, when she laughed, I could see it wasn't completely real. I could tell there was some reluctance there to join in. And that's because, as somebody who has been bullied for years, I may not be the best body language expert ever, but I'm pretty good at reading people's body language. Now, if I were to associate and talk to people and actually socialise, I'm pretty good at judging somebody's character, whether they're a generally good person or a generally bad person. I was fully aware of what she was doing. I was fully aware that she wanted to fit in, because I was in that position too. I have always been very extroverted. I have always been rather OTT, and especially when I was younger, I know I could be annoying. I'm nowhere near as bad as I was then. Back then, it was pretty much uncontrollable. For me, personally, if I wanted to fit in, I'd go really OTT. like so much energy, so involved, so extreme type thing. I was very dramatic because I so desperately wanted friends. I eventually, after this year, that was basically my most desperate year for friends. I was like, if this year at this school I don't make any close friends, I'm gonna give up, basically. And that's what I did. In the end, I completely gave up trying to make friends. So I could see that this girl was basically in the same position as me, just she dealt with it different. I wasn't aware at the time any of these girls were making like accusations and stuff. Even when the Beauchamp lockdown drama happened, I didn't know who had made the accusations, what the accusations actually were, or how serious they were. And I didn't know for several months afterwards. When I did finally read the accusations, I knew instantly who made those accusations. There were 3 very prominent different handwritings that came up repeatedly. And I knew exactly which handwriting belonged to which girl because I'd spent lessons sitting next to them. Obviously, I was absolutely distraught. But I didn't say anything to them. I didn't want anything really to do with them. But I followed one of them on Snapchat and still do. Part of me is a bit worried about posting this because I'm worried that if she does see it, if she does see this video, it'll stir up dirt. But the reason why I'm making this video is for a few reasons. One of them is because it's past stuff and I don't blame her for the situation I'm in now. I blame Kath Kelly for that. We've also been very friendly to one another. She told me that she thinks what I've been through is absolutely horrible. She has told me that she wishes it wasn't the way it is. So I've decided to stay in contact with her. I still talk to her. We actually have quite a few things in common. As people, we've grown up a lot the last 2 years. It's amazing how quickly people grow up after A-levels and stuff. And she's not the same person she was then. Yes, she has similar traits. She's not a completely different person. But I think she's more comfortable in her own skin now as well. I see her on social media, and obviously you don't see on social media, generally speaking, what people are like behind the scenes and stuff, whether they are like that or they genuinely do have close friends and things. But she seems relatively happy in herself and we talk to one another occasionally. I know if she ever needs somebody just to talk to vent to, I'll be there to listen. And I know she knows that I wouldn't go around spreading gossip about her. So if she does ever see this video, I'm glad we're still friendly. I am not angry. I'm not upset. Obviously, it hurt a bit once I found out, but I also understand where she was coming from. So that's the big one out of the way. There are 5 other people who used to pick on me that I am now friendly with and am in a similar relationship with as the girl I've just talked about. These people, 3 of them, would physically beat me up. One of them actually started a riot against me, which, that's another video for another day. But all of these people, again, we're on decent terms now. And you know what? I don't regret it. I try not to live too much in the past, which is hard because I do have a lot of emotional trauma from that time. I am not over what's happened. But at the same time, I can accept that people move on, they change, they become more aware of things. To not realise they've changed would just be really wrong of me. And I don't like animosity between people. There are only 3 people on this planet I could not forgive. I think it's good when you can actually be like that, where somebody's hurt you in the past. I mean, I'll never be close to them. There's too much hurt and damage there to ever become proper close friends. But at the same time, the world is too small and life is too short to go around disliking people forever. So as I said, generally it's a not too pleasant video, but I don't see it as a horrible video. So on that good note, I'm going to say toodle pip or beans and see you next time.